Morning. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office is responding to what the sheriff calls misinformation and rumors in the Cassidy Rainwater case, and he revealed that more charges are coming. In a Facebook post, the Dallas County Sheriff Scott Rice says he understands people are impatient and curious, but he encourages people not to listen to social media or bloggers, he says, who are sharing rumors about the case. The sheriff says real-life crime investigations take time and that much of what has been posted to social media is not true. These two men, James Phelps and Timothy Norton, are facing charges of kidnapping. Now, last night, the sheriff said he does expect more charges to be filed in the coming days. He also said all parties who were involved in Cassidy Rainwater's case are in jail. Investigators are also working to find out what caused a fire at the house where one of those men, James Phelps, was staying. Crews on the scene found a tripwire, and the Springfield Bomb Squad responded to detonate an explosive device there. We're making calls every day to get more information about this case, and we'll be sure to let you know about any updates through alerts on our Kellerton News app or on our website, ozarksfirst.com.
Huh?
Till we hit about where that green sign's at over there. We're gaining speed again. You have to notice that cashier's name at the pubs? Stop that.
I did, I just forgot it.
Tenley. T-E-N-L-E. That was it. I'll bet you, I'll almost bet you money his money, didn't you?
Probably.
We have a climb, huh? Up over there.
Yeah.
Whatever not. You like this, kind of makes up for some of the bullshit we had today.
Yeah.
I mean, you usually ain't gonna see this shit sometimes. Unless you're driving a truck. Or you're taking a vacation.
Yeah. So where's this valley at?
Huh?
Where's this valley at?
The valley? Should be up here. I always wish I had a camera or something I could take pictures.
I can video it.
You'll see it, you'll see it. Got a beautiful lake on it, but the lake's only half full, so.
What?
People be smiling when they go. I always miss good shit when I'm driving a truck.
Two men once accused of kidnapping the 33-year-old woman. Color 10's Mike Landis is live tonight with these new charges and what court documents reveal about what happened to unravel this murder mystery.
Heather, the prosecutor here in Dallas County adding those two additional charges for both James Phelps and Timothy Norton that include first-degree murder as well as abandoning the corpse of Cassidy Rainwater. Now, we reached out to the sheriff here in Dallas County a little while ago. He was not able to provide any comment for us today, but we can tell you on the department's Facebook page, they did make a comment stating they do not have any evidence leading them to believe there are any more victims in this case. Cassidy Rainwater being the only one they believe was involved with this. Take a look here at the property property over on Moon Valley Road. This is where those court documents reveal they dumped her remains after they murdered her. The shocking details included in this court document reveal a plot to kill Cassidy Rainwater and then get rid of the evidence. Now, we also learned from these documents the FBI interviewed Norton in late September. He confessed to helping Phelps strangle Rainwater, and then Norton detailed how they got rid of her body. The FBI says it also found a small crane on the property it believed was used in that crime. It's the kind used to process wild game animals. They also found human remains in the home and nearby, confirmed through DNA to be that of Cassidy Rainwater. You may recall she had been missing for several months, and the last person to see her alive, according to those court documents, was James Phelps. Of course, we'll have all the details from these court documents on our news app, also on our website, ozarksfirst.com. Live in Dallas County, I'm Mike Landis, Ozarks First.
Murder charges and horrifying details in the case of a missing woman from Dallas County. James Phelps and Timothy Norton are accused in the disappearance and death of Cassidy Rainwater. Color 10's Mike Landis details how the community is reacting tonight to the news.
Well, Heather, back in September, Norton and Phelps were charged with kidnapping Cassidy Rainwater and keeping her in a cage. Now, little else was known about what happened to the woman who had gone missing over the summer months. Well, today we learned shocking information when the men were also charged with first-degree murder and abandoning human remains.
Well, it's horrifying that the details they've released today is horrifying that they would put somebody through that.
Ever since Cassidy Rainwater was reported missing from Dallas County in August, there have been a lot of questions and theories around the community about what happened to her.
I think the older people are more scared. You know, they're not used to seeing things like that, hearing things like that.
Neighbors are now shocked to learn in court documents released Wednesday, prosecutors have evidence to prove much of what the community feared and heard is true.
There were too many rumors and they were so bizarre, there was no way for it not to be true. You've never heard anything like that before. You've never seen a whole road shut down for a whole week.
Investigators had been focusing on this property on Moon Valley Road and had their eyes on these guys, James Phelps and Timothy Norton. Clues began to fall in place recently when the two men were charged with kidnapping Cassidy. Then on Wednesday, the charges of first-degree murder and abandoning a body. Investigators say Norton confessed to FBI agents that he helped Phelps strangle Rainwater. Human remains were found in a home where investigators believe the men killed Rainwater, as well as some neighboring land. DNA testing confirmed the remains belonged to Cassidy Rainwater.
I mean, we're all praying for her and her family, especially the kids. We don't know, how involved they were or not, whatever, but nobody deserves to go through that. So our thoughts and prayers are with them, and we're sorry that they've had to go through all this.
Dallas County Sheriff posted a statement on its Facebook page saying they have no evidence there are any other victims in this case. Now, James Phelps is scheduled to appear in court on Friday, where Timothy Norton will be in court on November the 23rd, Heather.
And you can read the court documents on our news app and website, ozarksfirst.com. Before you click, we will warn you the details of this case are very disturbing.
Now, crime in focus. One of two men accused of murdering Cassidy Rainwater is expected to appear in court on Friday in Dallas County. Since James Phelps and Timothy Norton were officially charged with killing Rainwater and abandoning her body on Wednesday, we've learned several new details about what led to those arrests. Bailey Stroll is breaking down a timeline of the case this evening. Bailey?
Yeah, Steve, in the past 24 hours, we've learned Cassidy Rainwater's murder happened about a month before a relative reported her missing. Authorities say Rainwater was likely staying with Phelps on a property on Moon Valley Road in early July and then was murdered a couple weeks later.
The latest court documents made public in Cassidy Rainwater's disappearance and death claim her alleged killers, James Phelps and Timothy Norton, had planned her murder the night of July 24th, 2021. A month later, Dallas County deputies began their search when a relative reports Cassidy missing on August 25th. That day, a deputy goes to the home on Moon Valley Road where Rainwater was staying, but sees no sign of Cassidy at the cabin. A week later, on September 1st, deputies go to the cabin again and this time meet James Phelps. He admits Cassidy had been living there, but claims she suddenly left in late July, mentioning she might have moved to Colorado. 2 weeks would pass until a new break in the case. On September 16th, the FBI receives a cyber tip containing photos of Cassidy, both in a cage alive and others after her body was mutilated. In the days following, James Phelps and Timothy Norton would be arrested and charged with felony kidnapping. The sheriff's office reports Phelps refused to answer any questions without an attorney, while Norton confessed to helping restrain and kill Rainwater. Fast forward to October 4th, when someone sets fire to the cabin on Moon Valley Road. State fire marshals reported it to be arson, but no one has been arrested. Phelps and Norton would appear in court for the first time hours later on October 5th. But little else was known in the weeks following that hearing until November 17th, when prosecutors charged Phelps and Norton with first-degree murder and abandonment of a corpse. Authorities say remains that were Rainwater's turned up in Phelps' cabin, and they found other evidence on a property nearby belonging to the late Bill Rainwater, Cassidy's grandfather.
And we're expected to see Phelps again in court in Dallas County tomorrow. A hearing scheduled for 1:30 in the afternoon will likely discuss the new charges as well as many motions filed by his attorney. Norton's next court hearing is scheduled for next Tuesday.
Bailey Stroll with the update this evening. Thank you, Bailey.
This is the property in rural Dallas County where the missing Cassidy Rainwater was last seen in July. Now, 2 men that lived there are being charged with her kidnapping, but she has yet to be located. Both men are currently in jail, one in Dallas County and one in Greene County. And mysteriously, late Monday night, the residence burned. This is what remains after the fire late Monday night. The home of the alleged kidnapper James Phelps burned to the ground. And then also the Springfield Bomb Squad was called in. Emergency. Officials of the Missouri State Fire Marshal say Dallas County Sheriff's Office requested assistance in the investigation of the cause of the fire. A Dallas County deputy found something that resembled a tripwire. Officials say the bomb squad arrived around 1:30 a.m. Tuesday morning, detonated an explosive device in the area of 386 Moon Valley Road. Both Phelps and Norton appeared in court on Tuesday.
Mr. Norton, are you able to hear us? Mr. Norton, we're setting your case for preliminary hearing on November 5th, and that will be at 9:30 a.m. We'll see you here in the courtroom on that date. That's all I have for you today,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since they were jailed, and now they are arraigned on the charges. But what happened late Monday night? That fire and possible bomb detonated by the Springfield Bomb Squad. Little is being said by the Dallas County Sheriff's Office except thanking the FBI Kansas City and Greene County Sheriff's Office for assistance. Look for the two to be in court again early next month. Joplin News First is sponsored by Wood & Peterson, neoshoattorney.com on the web. Click the bit link for the full printed article on our news tab.
For joining us tonight, a guilty plea from one of the men accused of a gruesome murder of a woman in Dallas County, ensuring a life in prison sentence.
James Phelps, who was accused of killing Cassidy Rainwater and keeping her in a cage, pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. Color 10's Carissa Codell is live at the Dallas County Courthouse tonight, getting community reaction.
Yeah, Bailey, Steve, community members I spoke to say this is exactly the outcome they were hoping for.
Now they're praying that Cassidy Rainwater's family can find closure.
I'm glad part of this case is over with.
James Phelps, one of the 2 men accused of murdering Cassidy Rainwater, sentenced today to life in prison. Community members in Dallas County say they are happy to know he will stay behind bars.
Happy, ecstatic, excited. That's what needed to happen.
Sheriff Scott Rice says he hopes to never see a case like this again.
Now this case was type of case is the last case I ever thought we'd ever work in Dallas County. I mean, we have homicides every now and then, but nothing that compares to this. This is something that should happen in a big city, not some small town.
Residents say Phelps deserved at least this sentence.
Well, if that's the best they can do, you know, an eye for an eye, as the book says.
Before this plea, prosecutors were pursuing the death penalty.
But I do believe in the death penalty if you did kill somebody.
Sheriff Rice says this outcome is a relief, and he will continue to pray for the Rainwater family.
This is something that no family should have ever had to deal with, but hopefully they can move on and get some closure from this now.
Well, I'm sure they're relieved that they're somebody that's behind bars that needs to be there, and just let the Lord take care of the rest of it.
And Phelps again entered an Alford plea, meaning he does not admit to committing those crimes, but acknowledges that prosecutors have enough evidence to convict him. Reporting live in Dallas County, I'm Carissa Codell, Ozarks First.
Hey everybody, my name is Amanda. Some people know me on here, some don't. I don't truly know how to deal with life. I've been just trying to go through it over the years. I lost my mom when I was 16. It was really hard. I don't know who's all going to see this, but I want my family to know that I love them. I always will. I just don't want to go through this pain anymore. So if you're my friends or someone that cares about me, just, message me, make sure I'm okay, just help, because it helps me to talk about it. I just don't talk about it hardly anymore like I used to. I just started holding in my feelings, and it wasn't the best thing to do. So if you're my friends or someone that cares, just message me, please. Not YouTubers.
Good evening, I'm Paul Adler. First on this Friday night, a man from Dallas County has been sentenced to life in prison. James Phelps is one of 2 men charged in the 2021 death of Cassidy Rainwater. Phelps entered an Alford plea today, which is not an admission of guilt, but he does acknowledge there's enough evidence for a conviction. Marina Silva joins us live in Dallas County with exclusive video from today. Marina, what can you tell us about this case?
Well, Paul, this is the biggest development and partly an end to a case we first broke in September of 2021. Tonight, James Phelps will spend his first night in the Fulton prison. Now, this is exclusive video that we shot this afternoon of James Phelps being escorted from the Dallas County Jail to the car that will be taking him to prison. For some background of the case, Phelps is one of 2 defendants who has been charged in the murder and the death of 33-year-old Cassidy Rainwater. Timothy Norton is the second man charged. FBI investigators contacted detectives in Dallas County saying they received photos from an anonymous person showing Rainwater in a cage. Investigators say a detective recognized Rainwater in a partially nude state. According to court documents, investigators say Phelps and Norton dismembered her body in a bathtub. Investigators found the remains in Phelps's freezer. More than 200 pieces of evidence were recovered at the home. Investigators also found Rainwater's remains on a nearby property of Rainwater's grandfather, who died several years ago. As for today in court, Dallas County Sheriff Scott Wright says Phelps showed no emotion and says first and foremost, he's glad that a family now has some closure.
It feels good for it to be over with for one of them, and I'm glad the victim's family has finally found some closure on part of it now.
Phelps' co-defendant Timothy Norton is in the Greene County Jail tonight. He's charged with murder, abandonment of a corpse, and kidnapping. He is scheduled to be in court here on Tuesday. As for more information being released, Sheriff Rice says the case is not over until Timothy Norton is convicted. Now, we do have extensive coverage of this case on KY3.com and our KY3 News app. Reporting live in Dallas County today, I'm Marina Silva.